Hello, 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 and welcome to Youbbuteo. Welcome back to the channel. It's good to see you again. I trust you've already hit that subscribe button and turned the bell on for notifications. If you haven't, then, you know, do it now. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. Make sure you drop your comments as well, and come say hello on social media as well. This week I'm asking the question, what is Zeugo? Or Zeugo, Zeugo? Let me know down in the comments. We all know I can't say a lot, and there's a lot of Italian to pronounce in this video as well, so I'm going to be making a right mess of this. But what is Zeugo? Who are Zeugo? And what does it mean? Plus, we're going to have a look at some other table football teams as well. Your Non Subbuteo Subbuteo teams, I like to call them. And that does make sense. I've checked it. The Non Subbuteo Subbuteo teams. That's what this is. Because a week, 2 weeks before Christmas, I made a pickup. Someone local to me was selling some teams. I thought, you know what, let's throw an offer. We made an offer and we got them. But for what we'll do it. We won't do the unboxing as normal. I'll show you what I've got. I will show you what I've got. But first, I thought we'd talk about Zeugo. And then afterwards, we'll talk about what other Non Subbuteo Subbuteo brands there are. And then I'll show you what I've got. That's the way we're going to do it. Because Zeugo, however you want to say it, let's be honest, they are around a lot. They're quite popular. They do a lot of Subbuteo stuff. They do tons of accessories, pitches. But who are they? Where did they come from? So let's read my script and my notes, and I'll tell you who they are. Because they didn't just come out of nowhere. They did not. So Zeugo, I'm just going to say Zeugo from now on. They were the brainchild of a company called Untitled Chapter. Now, anyone involved in Subbuteo for years will know Untitled Chapter had the distribution rights from the 70s right up to the 90s for Subbuteo. They sold the Subbuteo products from Waddington's, from SSG, from the 70s right the way up to the 90s until Hasbro got involved and said, you know what? We'll distribute the game worldwide on our own. And we all know Hasbro come along and sort of ruin the game a little bit and ruin what Subbuteo was. They didn't care about it as much. But that's a whole nother video. Maybe a video for another channel. I'm pretty sure another channel's probably picked that story up somewhere. But what Untitled Chapter did was they created their own brand of table football. And they've been in the toy game for a long while. According to their website, they've got over 100 years experience in the game. So what they did, they created Zeugo, which was pretty much Subbuteo, but when they made it, they based it on the old product. They based it on the old 70s stuff. So you had heavyweight style figures. You had not the 90s nylon Subbuteo pitch. You had like the classic 70s pitch. They went down that route. You had the classic sort of goalkeepers. You had goals that were like World Cup goals. That's what they did. And they put this range out. They had about 50 odd teams in their first range. And the first range I have come in a box like this. Simple square box. Not got a date on the back or anything like that. Reference number on the side. Zeugo by Untitled Chapter. And that's how it was. But then in 2002, Untitled Chapter stopped making Zeugo. Just like that. Stopped it. They just stopped making it because they got a license back for Subbuteo, and they was able to make the Subbuteo products, produce their own. So their factory they had in China, they started producing Subbuteo with it again. They didn't just use their own sculpts that they were using for Zeugo either. They basically made their own figures, and they then started putting out a Subbuteo range, officially made by them. Everyone in the game knows it as the Black Box or Parodi range. But they look like this. I've got two examples of them. They're the two boxes. That's what they look like. I've got Bayern Munich there. I've got a Manchester Rovers 1990 there as well. 6300. So they use the original reference. But they are, if you look, Untitled Chapter. They become that. They made a box set. They made accessories with them like that as well. Absolutely quality. So they put their focus back onto Subbuteo, but then they lost the license. I don't know why. Someone out there might know the answer. If you do know why they lost the license, let me know down in the comments, because it's always interesting to learn new facts. But you can imagine what they did after they lost the license. They went straight back to Zeugo. All the accessories come out again. Dugouts, goals, grandstands, cornered goals. A running track, which I really, really want. I know someone who has one, but he's not going to sell it to me because I know how long he wanted to get it for. But it could help me out in my loft build, couldn't it? But then in 2006, they changed their figures slightly. So they went from the usual traditional round Subbuteo base to the profile base, which was slimmer. These are very similar to the figures that they use in professional tournaments, the sort of professional figure, the professional plan type. Zeugo made a range of it. And then from then, they've basically carried on making team after team. There's hundreds of teams they've made, and they make them in both a heavyweight base and they make it in the low profile base as well. So everyone gets a bit of it. And in my eyes, it's the closest we get nowadays to a proper Subbuteo company, because they do the accessories, the teams. They even have a catalogue with a range. And they've been through some differences over the years. So they started off with a box like that, then they moved to the box like that, and then we went on a little bit further and they did the box like that. I've got my own U-Paint team in one of them as well. That's down there. They did a U-Paint range in that box. And then in 2020, they put these ones out as well. These are my newer ones. We'll see them in a minute. But look at the art on them boxes. Absolutely love them. People get the ump when I throw stuff around on the table, which is why I've changed this angle, because I thought it would upset less people. So that is the story of Zeugo. That's who they are. That's where they come from. That's what they do. I might have forgot to mention at the beginning they're an Italian firm, but here's the real question on everyone's lips. What does Zeugo or Zeugo, or however you want to say it, what does it mean? What does it mean? Well, It's very simple, and very simple to Subbuteo. Subbuteo, which is a word that wasn't just plucked out of nowhere, the Latin translation of Subbuteo means hobby. Parodi did pretty much the same thing. They used the Genoese dictionary and chose Zeugo. Zeugo, in English, translates the game. Subbuteo equals hobby, Zeugo equals game. It's that simple. They did a very similar thing, and I guess if you're Italian, you probably knew that already. But if you're like me, a typical ignorant Englishman, then I found that quite interesting. Subbuteo, hobby, Zeugo, game. But that's not really why you showed up, is it? Because there's more, remember. There's more to this video. So like I said, someone on Facebook, quite local to me, listed some bits on Facebook, and I must say thank you as well. Thank you so much. I must say thank you, Neil, because not only did I buy this off you afterwards, you offered me some other stuff as well. Sadly, it was stuff I didn't need, but very polite of you to give me first option as well. So Neil, if you are watching, mate, thank you very much. But should we have a look at what I managed to buy? Let's do it. So, first up, we have the Subbuteo flicking goalkeeper set. From the modern range, it is just 2 players which have been painted to look like goalkeepers and a ball, but it's nice. It's something I didn't have. It's the only Subbuteo thing I got. Then we have a Santiago team, who I'm not sure. Someone let me know down in the comments, because I'm not actually sure if this is a Santiago team. It might be Santiago figures. We've got no reference number. It's a nicely painted side. I'm not sure. Again, this might be their vintage figures, but I do like the figures. But the reason I say I'm not sure is because the bases, look, they're super footy. So the whole thing might just be a super footy team in a Santiago box. But we picked that up as well. That wasn't really the highlight. We then picked up an Astro base side. And I saw this, I thought, I've never had an Astro base side. I've never ordered from Astro base because, well, it cost a fortune. The shipping cost a lot. But I thought I'd do it. We've got around the side. Apparently they're FISTIF approved. That means you can use them in professional tournaments. Not that I don't think anyone would. These are Soccer 3D teams. So Soccer 3D, very similar to the old Hasbro. We've got an Arsenal, even the box is similar to Hasbro, right? We've got an Arsenal. I'll show you close up once again, but it is very similar to the Hasbro teams, right? It is. I quite like them. They slide really nice, actually. Really nice. We then picked up 3 Zeugo teams, all on heavyweight bases. I'll share the second 2 with you afterwards because they're the ones that really drew me to this. But first we've got a Wolves, reference 366. That's your traditional looking heavyweight Zeugo. As you can see, it's very much like the 70s, 60s, 70s figure that Subbuteo produced. They play alright, you know. They play alright. You won't be able to see me flick them because, well, the table's too far away. But you got long. This is what you don't get with Subbuteo. Look at the length of that rod. It's huge. Absolutely huge. So that's the goalkeeper. They're the Wolves. 366. Nice looking boxes. I do like them boxes. But then, these are the ones that drew me to it. I believe these are from 2020. Inter Milan, AC Milan. I do like my AC Milan. I'm a proper AC Milan fanboy. But this box, I just looked at that design and thought I want them. And then you look at the figures, and they do look pucker. They do, and I suppose in a way, don't you? There's a hankering for a toy shop to do a deal with Zeugo. I'm telling you, I reckon someone like Smith's maybe, or the Entertainer, they should do a deal with Zeugo and get their box sets in there. People are looking, but that's just like Subbuteo. But they'll buy it for what it is, and it's better product. There's your Inter Milan. Look at that. That's pucker. Loving them pickups. I'm loving them boxes. Them boxes are cool. So there's your history of Zeugo boxes. First you've got your big square one. Then you've got your blue one. Then you've got your green one. And now there's them ones. If there's another Zeugo box set that I don't know about, if there's another Zeugo team box that I don't know about, let me know, because I feel like I don't collect enough of these teams. Generally, I'm looking for Subbuteo all the time, and I will only pick these bits up in job lots. But some of the work these do, they're worth it. Maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I should change direction and check out Zeugo. Maybe I should. But also in that, you'll see me mention other teams, other non-Subbuteo teams, right? So yes, we've got Zeugo. We know all about that. We can move them over. We've spoke about Santiago table soccer. There's another one I've got. And these are Santiago figures. They do say Santiago on them as well. Again, replicating the heavyweight. They're very much like an early heavyweight, if you ask me. Self-painted, I bought them off someone. I can't remember who they're meant to be. It's in my list somewhere. Maybe a Swansea. Maybe they're meant to be a Swansea. I'm honestly not sure. We've then got Soccer 3D, which again, I had up here with the Astro base. This box doesn't say that they're FISTIF approved, but this is my Southend United. I'll show you it. No, it's not. It's all falling out. I'll just show you the figure because the player's not on his base. Southend United. Can't go wrong. Soccer 3D. And you've then got Topspin. There's Topspin as well, again, who replicate the heavyweight sort of player. So there's a lot of Non Subbuteo Subbuteo teams. There are, if you're looking towards a sort of professional element with a low profile basis, there's a lot of, I'm going to call them, I don't know what the right word is, there's a lot of indie developers. A lot of people play will use sort of indie developers. I mean, really low profile bases that move really quick. They're pucker, but I'm talking about, these are the ones you use in your casual play. These are your Non Subbuteo Subbuteo products, because the professional game, well, everyone calls it table football and it's not Subbuteo. Again, video for someone else, nothing to do with me. But there is loads of choice out there. You've got Soccer 3D. I forgot about Super Footy. There's Super Footy as well. I've got a Super Footy box set up there. I'm not even going to get it down. I've even got some Super Footy bases over there. There's someone to forget about. You've got Super Footy. You've got Soccer 3D. You've got Topspin. You've got Santiago. You've got Zeugo. There's a lot of Non Subbuteo Subbuteo products that you can buy casually to play this game. Personally, my choice, oh, it's a tough one. Looks wise, I'd probably say Zeugo. They look great coming straight from the factory. They do a range you can paint yourself, and I know there's a lot of people out there that will paint figures for you and make them look amazing. A lot of them use figures like Zeugo, paints, or they use the Santiago figures as well. For me, oh, like I said, Zeugo for looks, and I think I'm just going to double check. We all know what my flicking's like. Yeah, we're going to go with Santiago for playability. Zeugo for looks, Santiago for playability. God, packed a lot in this week, right? We had a pickup, we had a history lesson, we compared a few sides. Absolute rapid spoon, we've learnt a lot. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you find out about new videos coming up. I've got a couple of cool videos coming up. Next video I'm looking to put out 101 facts about Subbuteo. That's going to be me talking a lot. I'm hoping to get some really cool facts in for that one, but as always, I'll have anything Subbuteo that happens, anything I get, I'm hoping to get the heavyweight catalogue book that's coming out soon as well. As soon as I get that, that'll be straight on the channel. I've got loads coming up, I always do. Anything Subbuteo, I will always let you know. This is my journey in the world of collecting. It is pure nostalgic joy. I will let you all go. I will see you all very soon. And as always, keep on flicking.